But so this is a weather warfare program that they have going on, and we're seeing the economic impact here in the Central Valley, where we're in a full-on drought. The state of California announced, the governor announced last month that we're in a state of emergency drought here, and we're hit hard here in Fresno, the breadbasket of America.
Isn't it interesting that shortly after the state of emergency was declared, the high pressure wall that has been locked in place, blocking all precipitation, drops, a little rain falls, people calm down a little bit, and it goes right back up, right back up. That's exactly what we have now, is extreme high pressure again. And if anybody looks at the jet stream, this is what's happening. They're pumping that moisture from fairly far south in the eastern Pacific off our coast, straight north. Jet stream goes straight north up through Alaska into the Arctic Circle. Alaska had its warmest January on record. Media's not reporting this. Then they spin that jet stream clockwise around high pressure, drop it back down to the lower 48, and produce snowstorm after snowstorm after snowstorm in the same places, trying to break a few records, make a few headlines. And they don't talk about the dried up, parched West. It's all about media spin, confusion. They just hide the contamination. So it's the system, and the people within the system seem to not understand that they're going to go down with the rest of us. If these programs are not brought to light, ignoring them is not going to save them.
Well, it seems like the conspiracy is so grand, and that through the system of compartmentalization is how they've kept a lid on it this long. But, you know, they're like that Air Force whistleblower, Kristen Megan, she came out and said she was part of working on these projects.
I know Kristen. She's a courageous gal, and yes, she was really she's a perfect person to speak out on these programs, because she's an industrial hygienist for the Air Force, and that's what their job is, to test for environmental toxins. And she's a good speaker. We hope to have her on an interview with perhaps next when we can arrange it and reach her. But with the film Look Up, which is a film people can use as a tool here. I'm not sure if you've seen that film, Sam. Have you seen the Scatter Alert website or the film Look Up?
Yes, I've seen part of it.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll get an interview with Kristen on there. But yes, she's spoken out very directly, and in a phone conversation with her, she felt a certain degree of threat from her former commander, and we would expect that given the circumstances. But I hope we have more like Kristen stepping forward, Sam, because we need people like her, no question.
So that's hard proof right there. Inside whistleblowers coming out and saying that this is what's going on, with nothing to gain but ridicule and threats to their life. So they're hitting us right here with drought in Central California. Over 500,000 acres of farmland is going to go barren this year. They're ripping out 30, 40-year-old trees, orchards of trees, and they're doing the same thing in Ukraine, which is the breadbasket of Europe. And so they're attacking the food supply directly, is what I see here in Fresno, California.
They are. And on the weather warfare, and again, I've given a lot of examples in the past, we see not just cutting off the food supply, but Pakistan resisted U.S. policy. They found 20% of their country underwater. Same with Thailand. We see Cyclone Haiyan that cut a swath through the Philippines. Now the U.S. is occupying there. U.S. boots on the ground in 156 countries around the globe. They've been droughting out Africa for decades, bringing those countries to their knees and forcing occupation. And now, recently we had Slovenia just had an unprecedented ice storm. Slovenia refused to sign up for European Union dominance, and almost immediately they had an unprecedented ice storm. 6 inches totally devastated their country. This is weather warfare, period. This is artificially chemically nucleated material, and they just are absolutely completely out of control, Sam. And there'll be no ignoring this issue much longer. It's imperative that everybody work together to inform those around them with effective tools. You can't run out in the street and point at the sky and start ranting. We have flyers at geoengineeringwatch.org that can be downloaded for free, print them locally, or we can mail them out. But arm yourself with good tools. The Skyder Alert website, SKYDER-alerts.com, and that film. Everybody needs to get educated, share data, and help us reach critical mass. We have to get there quickly.